So that brings us into, and we've gotten a little philosophical here already. Nietzsche is Dead, which I love that song title for obvious reasons, of course, because of Nietzsche's, famous quote, "The God is dead." In fact, I think there's even like a T-shirt or bumper sticker or meme or something I saw once where it even had the like "God is dead" and then it was attributed to Nietzsche, and then Nietzsche is dead and it was attributed to God.
It's a T-shirt. I have that one.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's dive into that one lyrically and then dive into that one musically. We'll flip it around this time.
So lyrically, this is one that I will probably purposely leave very vague because I'm sure it might be a little bit more easily palpable if I leave it vague. When I wrote the lyrics, I felt like there was context needed for living in a time when so much brash nihilism existed before COVID ever happened. There was a lot of, we need a new plague, the world's a terrible place, I hate everyone, nihilism. People that really wanted to live this fantasy of being dark and evil. But it seemed to me as a very interesting and maybe Nietzschean ironic moment when that completely changed, and the same people who couldn't care less about anything and wanted everyone to die all of a sudden felt very much that they needed to play the role of a police officer or some kind of, you know what I mean, or someone that judged everyone else on how they acted. And I thought the absolute hypocrisies of that drove me mad when I was writing that song, because that was the first song I wrote for this record. When I was writing that song, I really got into it on a heavy level. I was reading a lot of philosophy at the time. I graduated with an English degree, so I've always been a big fan of Nietzsche and Aleister Crowley and Anton LaVey and a lot of the darker kind of nihilistic philosophers and people that I look up to. And I looked into a lot of their philosophies again for the first time since I graduated college, because I wanted to relate it back to where the world was currently. And I felt like it was more relatable now than anything that I ever could have read on the internet or in a news article or from some blog. I think that they understood the human condition and the narrative of panic more than anyone. And so while reading that, a lot of things just kind of illuminated kind of everything in my life. And so the song lyrically borrows a lot from all of it. And it's, it goes a lot deeper than that. I guess that's about it where I'm going to leave off with it, but it goes a lot deeper than that. But I did find that it was interesting that Nietzsche said God was dead, and in 2020, Nietzsche was dead. So,
yeah, and I will just, without, leaving an open-ended thread for another conversation somewhere down the road, I'll just say you made me think of something in terms of, LaVey and Aleister Crowley, especially the idea of ceremonial magic. And there's a great parallel in the last year of the ceremony of safety theater and the magic that we've seen before our very eyes of certain ceremonies and rituals, for better or worse, that we've all been doing and getting this sort of magical benefit from feeling safe.
There's a lot of interesting philosophy that follows what's going on right now, and it's hard to fully talk about it publicly, considering that there's one side of the aisle that utilizes it in such an ignorant and stupid way that like there's no way to save it really. But there is a broad spectrum that's not been touched upon, I think.
Amen. I'm giving you a psychic fist bump on all of the above. So let's jump into the musical side of this song.
So this song, I love every song on the record. Every song I feel like stands on its own, but Nietzsche Is Dead, when we were recording this one. So me and Isaac were in the control room, and originally when we had pre-pro'd it, we were like, we were just kind of like, we gotta have like a crazy song. Like I want to have like a short, just hard and just real like insane song, like something that just hits, it doesn't stop, and then it ends as quickly as it starts. And we did that, and then we went to the studio and we had recorded all the instrumentals for it.
And I should jump in and say that most of your songs are short. So this is like a short song.
Yeah. So this is a short song. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was me, Isaac, and Tyler were in the control room with Andy, and Justin was laying down the first vocals for the song. And, the part where, Justin, during that breakdown, he goes, he rolls, like that whole part, we were in the control room and we all just kind of like hunched over and just kind of jaw dropped to the floor. We were like, this is so insane. And I just think the whole song just has so much going on in it, and you can hear something new every single time you listen to it, even though it's such a short song. And I just love it personally.
Right. Yeah, and you live for those moments too, right? Of the hair standing up on the back of your neck when you're making something, to be like, oh, this is, I hear it. I hear what's been in my head. It's like, here, it's happening. This is what I wanted.
Literally goosebumps. Literally goosebumps.
I love that.